passed out of 3, shoots the 2. Oh, and Shaquille O'Neal with the stuff over Andrew Bynum that Bynum will remember for the rest of his life.
Yes, he will.
Went right back at him.
Oh, look out! Shaquille O'Neal took a swing at Andrew Bynum. I would think this will be an ejection.
This was personal between Shaq and Bynum. O'Neal wanted to dominate every time he faced his former team, and Bynum was the guy who was going to replace him. So there was no backing down from the rookie, as he wanted to prove that he's worth it. So the result was the sequence between the two escalating with a little pushing and shoving. In the heat of the moment, sometimes the ego takes over. So let me show you what happens when NBA players turn games into personal battles. What up everybody, my name is Stefan and this is Heat Check. Let's get into it. Shaq also had a personal battle against Dwight Howard for the Superman title, as ridiculous as that sounds. The media hyped it up and the pressure was on, as you can clearly see both players wanting the ball and wanting to go at their opponent. At times even forcing it and playing overzealous with a lot of fouls and a lot of mistakes. Still, they didn't disappoint, as both Shaq and Howard had their moments in the game. At the end, O'Neal ended with 20 points while Howard had 22 along with 16 rebounds and 4 blocks as the Magic got the win. Back in '02, Kobe and T-Mac were unstoppable offensive forces, and there were debates about who's a more prolific scorer.
You and Tracy played together 5 times. You've won them all. Everybody looks at that though. Do you get a little more juiced up when you're playing against a guy like that?
You know what? It's fun. It's a challenge. I love challenges, as I'm sure he does. And I think it's what people like to see.
Those debates sparked some one-on-one battles on the court between the two, and the most memorable one was this game where Bryant and McGrady took turns going at each other. Look at some of these tough shots that they're hitting, and the slow motion angles make them that much more epic. This is a perfect combination of high-level competitiveness looking artful. Both guys ended the game with 38 points, but the moment that people talk about to this day is this sequence, where initially T-Mac absolutely drops Kobe on this spin before swishing the fadeaway, and then as the Lakers take the ball out, Bryant immediately gets it and hunts McGrady for the revenge. And watch what happens. Boom! Kobe blows by for the thunderous dunk, and you see him slapping the backboard, showing just how much this means to him. And this is another example where we see how much it meant for Carmelo and LeBron. I mean, check out the defense from Anthony. This has to be the defensive highlight of his career. This too was mano-a-mano showdown of one of the best young superstars in the league at the time. You can see the level of competitiveness and the overall physicality of the game. Watch LeBron poking Carmelo's headband off of his head and the subsequent tough foul on the drive. They were in each other's faces. As the game went down to the wire, here's Anthony with the amazing spin and the double clutch finish, and LeBron takes the ball and goes right back at him, stopping at the 3-point line and swishing the shot as the two share a laugh. And as the game went into overtime, the back and forth intensified and neither of them would flinch, hitting shot after shot over tough defense. In this wild game, James would end with 43 points, and this is the game-winning 40th point for Anthony, capping off this spectacle.
Played by James. Anthony with the shot. Yes! What a night! 10 seconds to go. In overtime, Carmelo Anthony with the quick release.
Tracy McGrady also had one of the highest combined scores against Dirk, a 53-48 point shootout. This is possibly the most underrated head-to-head matchups and is forgotten by the large majority of NBA fans. But as you watch these amazing shots from both McGrady and Nowitzki, it's a nice reminder why the Battle of Texas in the early 2000s was incredible. The Dallas Mavericks held on to win this game that resulted with a combined 101 points from the two superstars. James Harden and Bradley Beal, however, combined for 115 in a game where the Beard absolutely exploded for 59 points. Speaking of high scores, however, we gotta mention the playoff record that Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell set in the bubble, both going over 50 points in the same playoff game. That entire series was a death match between Mitchell and Murray, as both guys had 2 games with 50 plus points. Unbelievable. By the way, the record that they topped was this battle between Gilbert Arenas and LeBron James. In a chippy and physical series between two rival teams, Cleveland and Washington went to a pivotal Game 5 all tied up at 2 with a lot on the line. And their two main superstars knew that they needed to bring their A-game. That's exactly what happened as Agent Zero matched the Kings shot for shot throughout the entire game. He scored 45 points and hit incredible shots to keep Washington in the game, but unfortunately for him and the Wizards, LeBron had the ball on the final possession. And this is what happened.
James for the win. 0.9 left. Arenas. LeBron does it again.
There are countless of these one-on-one showdowns, so I'm sure I'm missing some. So let me know in the comments if you think of one. That's it for now. Subscribe and talk to you in the next one. Peace out. I wanted to smack the backboard, but my construction is not the most secure, so I was kind of afraid. This will do. Peace.